Hi, I'm Beth Kaufman, and I'm going to talk about how to prepare for a marathon. Hopefully at this point, you've been putting in the training and you've been putting in the miles to run this marathon. But now, oh my gosh, the day is here and you actually have to run 26.2 miles. How do you prepare for that? It is very scary, but a very rewarding experience. You want to make sure that you have successfully completed your long runs. You also want to make sure that you have been preparing with proper nutrition. So make sure that you're getting enough carbs, enough protein, and enough fat in your diet. And that during your long runs, you have been ingesting some form of carbohydrate, whether it be a sports gel, maybe a bar, food or liquid that has sodium in it, and anything that'll give you a little bit of energy during that race. During the race, you want to make sure to start consuming food or power gels after about 15 miles, and you'll want to consume something every 30 to 60 minutes, if not more frequently. Make sure that you have all of your stuff you'll need, so that it will include your race number, your timing chip, if the race has a timing chip. You'll want to make sure that you have the outfit that you're going to wear tomorrow, have your shoes ready. So I like to lay everything out the night before a marathon. So I'll have everything ready to go, including you'll want some type of warm-up clothing. So if you're planning on wearing shorts and maybe a tank top or a t-shirt, you're going to want to have some pants and maybe a long sleeve to warm up in. If you're running in a marathon that's during the colder weather, so maybe the Twin Cities Marathon, the New York Marathon, the Boston Marathon, those can tend to be chilly, so you want to make sure that you have maybe some light running gloves, maybe a light hat, and things that you don't think you'll need, because lots of times you'll end up taking them off and throwing them onto the side. It's always better to have a little too much clothing on that is layered that you can take off than to not have enough on and be very cold. You'll want to make sure to try to get as much sleep as you can, though I know that'll be hard. In about a week or so before that marathon, you'll want to start to mentally envision yourself completing that marathon. So envision each of those miles. Play yourself running that last 6 miles, because they say you're going to hit that wall at mile 20. You may or may not, but it's definitely a daunting task. So picture yourself running those last 6 miles, feeling good, feeling great, and you just want to mentally tell yourself that you can do this. You'll also want to have some emotional support. So make sure that your friends and family know about your marathon and your marathon training. Let them know your time goals and where you're going to be, and tell them that you're looking to have them out there and encouraging you on and cheering you on. You can't improve your speed or your time in those last 2 weeks before a marathon. So pushing yourself in those final 2 weeks is not going to improve your speed or your finish time. What will improve your speed and finish time is rest, 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 and recovery. So make sure that you take time for that. You'll want to make sure that you have your marathon pre-meal ready and decided on. I would recommend practicing that meal before your long run. So some people like to just maybe have something simple, some toast. You might want to avoid any high-fat foods that might irritate your stomach before that marathon. If you live in the city, or you're going to be traveling somewhere where you will be in the city a day or two before the marathon, I highly recommend driving the route. Knowing the route will make a big difference in knowing what to expect as you come, whether it might be a long hill, a difficult downhill, interesting turns, maybe some poor footing, cobblestone streets. So being mentally prepared for that will all lead to a very successful marathon. So as you can see, preparing for a marathon not only involves getting in those long runs and the running, but there's nutrition, there's emotionally being prepared, mentally being prepared, and just having everything ready to go that night or two before a marathon. And make sure to sleep and eat and just be excited, because this is very, very exciting time for you. So again, these are just some suggestions and tips on how to prepare for a marathon.